Well, this isn't weird at all. Today on Top 5 Friday, we're going to look at the top 5 bedtime fragrances. Stay tuned. Come to bed with me, platonically speaking. Welcome everyone to J-ROYL. My name is James, and of course, this is Top 5 Friday, a weekly segment where we look at top 5 fragrance lists. Today's top 5 is about one of my favorite pastimes, sleeping. The hobby of not hobbying or doing anything at all. I want to clarify that there are two categories of bedtime fragrances. There's bedtime fragrances, and there's bedtime fragrances. Fragrances that I would wear for myself to relax at night, and there's fragrances that I put on for a pretty young thing. This list is for the former. Fragrances can be worn under various conditions, circumstances, and occasions. They can also be used as their own personal aromatherapy. Sexy bedtime fragrances can also double as date fragrances. For this list, I wanted to show you guys what I like to wear when I go to bed alone. My number 5 bedtime fragrances from the prestigious house of Zara, Rich, Warm, and Addictive. This fragrance is from the infamous tobacco collection, which is basically 2 fragrances. It received a ton of hype online because of the quality of the fragrance with respect to its very, very low price. Sweet, vanillic, coconut. It is honestly fairly unique for a designer fragrance. The performance is pretty good, but this became a bedtime fragrance for me because it's sweet, cuddly, not necessarily seductive, and the only time that I find myself reaching for it is when I'm just by myself at night, winding down, and I want something that I can just throw on and enjoy. At number 5, Rich, Warm, Addictive. My number 4 bedtime fragrance is another cheapie from the house of Armand, Club de Nuit Intense Women. Very similar presentation to Club de Nuit Intense Man, but of course these real nice gold accent because gold is best. Often touted as a Noir de Noir clone from Tom Ford, I tend to agree. However, this fragrance, being specifically marketed to women, has a more predominant rose note. The reason this one is a bedtime fragrance for me is because I do find it fairly feminine. It's not something that I would want to wear out in public a whole lot. It doesn't exactly have the nuance that Noir de Noir has, where it can be a little more unisex. This one does have a bit of depth to it, but it is rose dominant, so just know that going into it. At number 4, Club de Nuit Intense Women. My number 3 bedtime fragrance, Midnight in Paris, Van Cleef and Arpels. I have the EDT version.
Yes, I want to be a cool guy and own the EDP, but no such luck.
Extremely lovely, unique fragrance. This fragrance is a very sweet, gentle, powdery leather fragrance that is extremely soothing at night. When I think of Paris, I think of eternal love. This fragrance is extremely evocative of romance. Now, romance isn't necessarily seductive, so that's why I wouldn't call this a good date fragrance. But at nighttime, it's extremely beautiful, very calming, soothing, not to mention this stunning bottle. It is absolutely beautiful. It's been discontinued for a while now, so please, if you have a chance to try this fragrance out and pick up a bottle at a reasonable price, I really encourage you to do so. At number 3, Midnight in Paris. My number 2 bedtime fragrance, Hombre Nuit by Christian Dior. Oh my God, that's so good. Of course, Hombre Nuit is part of the La Collection Privée. However, it isn't one of those top tier, most mentioned guys. You got your Bois d'Argent, you got your F Dizzle. Hombre Nuit to me is the superstar of the entire line. It's a sweet, delicious, buttery amber, unlike any other. Not in regards to versatility, but for scent composition, this is my king of amber fragrances. And yes, that does include Amber Absolute from Tom Ford. Okay, Amber Absolute I love too, but I'm just saying for Amber specifically, this one does a better job for me. Amber Absolute has all kinds of stuff going on. This fragrance definitely had to grow on me, so I had to wear it a few times before I really loved it. And now I do. Now there's no turning back. I've been bitten by the bug that is Amber. It's a perfectly unisex fragrance, and for bedtime, it is my second best. At number 2, Hombre Nuit. And finally, my number 1 fragrance for bedtime, Naxos by Zara. This fragrance also happens to be my favorite fragrance. So it only makes sense that if I want to relax myself and put myself in an awesome mood, helping me sleep better, I'll reach for my number 1. This is the most beautiful honey tobacco fragrance ever made, 100%. Sorry, not sorry. If you look online for this fragrance, it often gets compared to Pure Havane by Mugler. And I can see some similarities, but side by side, it's completely different. This is a lot closer to Noir de Noir than this is to Pure Havane. Like all Zerjafs, you will have to pay a pretty penny for this fragrance. However, the 1861 line, like this guy right here, is one of their more cost-effective lines. So you won't have to pay an arm and a leg to get a bottle of this beautiful 10 out of 10 juice. A huge reason why I love wearing this fragrance to bed is the performance. All the ingredients are of high quality, they're natural, so they won't choke you out or make you feel blech. And the opening and middle is so nice, but the dry down is mind-blowing. It's an amazing dry down that will last you all the way up until you wake up. And you'll wake up to this amazing aroma around your noggin. It's a thing of beauty, and I really encourage you to check this one out, everyone. At number 1, Naxos. If you want to know more about Naxos, I will be reviewing it next week on the Royal Rush, so stay tuned for that coolness. That was our top 5 this week, everyone. The 5 fragrances that I wear when I go to bed alone by myself. Let me know in the comments below what fragrances you like to go to bed with, because I'm weird. All of our links to the Facebook group, Snapchat, and Instagram are down below. And if you like what you see, then go ahead and subscribe. And if you like this list, then like the video, because sometimes you need a bit of a reminder. Goodbye. Peace, man.